And welcome back to Lanticore Videos. Today's Lanticore video comes to us from Snowwolf and Wade Wilson, who asked the question, what Lanticore do I think Ahsoka Tano belongs into? And this is actually pretty difficult. I've used Clone Wars Ahsoka Tano in the image, but obviously we'll have to look at her near, as we've seen her in her later years, obviously, because that's only fair. I can't judge her as a youngling when that's not what she is anymore. Because what she could be as a child is not what she could be as an adult. Ahsoka Tano is a very weird character because as I'm looking at, I'm remembering the episode we see her in Mandalorian, I'm like, she doesn't really fit in a lot of cores. Like when you really look, let's actually just break this down. Let's actually break it down. Lanticore of life. Well, as a Jedi, yeah, the Force is, living Force and all that. Sure, at some level. But the fact is, she's willing to kill, she's taken life, and not nihilistic, that's not a right term. She's kind of has a bit of a negative outlook on the Force, a little bit, where she kind of just says he's hidden it and you should just let it wither on the vine, implying that not cultivating your Force abilities could cause you to ultimately lose them. And I think, and this outlook obviously comes from the fact that she's one of the only surviving Jedi at the time. After Order 66, and after the events of the Clone Wars, the Empire, the main series. So I can't say life really works. I'm not saying there couldn't be an argument, but life doesn't work. But likewise, death doesn't work either. She's not dead. Even though she's taken life, she's certainly not bathed in blood. So I can't say death either. Hope only works for a segment of that episode where Din is placing his hope in Ahsoka Tano to help train Baby Yoda, or Grogu, but it doesn't work out. Obviously, and she kind of doesn't have that much hope either. She's not hopeless. I don't think that's the right term. She's fighting, and she's fighting for a cause, but I don't think hope works. I think she's too jaded at this point in her life for hope to be an effective Lantern Corps. She's also not a Lantern Corps of avarice, and no Jedi is. No Jedi. Sith, yes. Jedi, no. But no Jedi is avarice, and she's definitely not avarice. However, one obvious one we can talk about is the Green Lantern. Whoa, that's not centered at all. Let's see if we can fix this, shall we? There we go. Let's shrink that down just a little bit. Fit you in the screen image there, and there we go. That's nice. But no, green. I think green is a reasonable choice. You have to overcome great fear. That's what kind of being a Jedi is. And have great willpower. I think that's pretty much good for Ahsoka. She does, though, however, seem a bit beaten down. She seems like someone who has given up on some things. So that lack of will on certain aspects of her life could actually pose a bit of an issue. But yeah, will would probably be an okay option. I actually don't think, though, it is the best option, weirdly enough. Now, I do not think she's in a Lantern Corps of fear. Even though she's a Jedi, and therefore one of the few Jedi, and therefore does pose a threat to the remnants of the Empire, I don't see her as a Lantern Corps of fear. She doesn't use... Don't get me wrong. She does use intimidation tactics to some degree. But, for instance, I can't remember the name of the character she fought, but the woman who was in charge of that whole area wasn't afraid of her, really. She took her on head-to-head, and she was willing to kill her. So I don't see her as really a fear lantern at all. She's also not a rage lantern. No, again, most Jedi aren't. Though tapping into the dark side involves rage, and like Luke for a while in Return of the Jedi could have been a Lantern Corps member of rage because he was tapping into use your aggressive feelings, boy. He could have at that moment become a Lantern Corps member of rage, a Red Lantern. But no, she can't be a Red Lantern, which leaves love and compassion. Now, love, no. Obviously, most, if not all, Jedi kind of stayed away from that concept. Whether that was rightful or not, who knows? Actually, if we go by Anakin, it might have been a good thing to stay away from romantic connections. But yeah, love doesn't work, which leaves the last one, compassion. Now, this is the other Lantern Corps I do think she could qualify for, because as a Jedi, you do need to be able to show, you need to be both impartial, but be able to show compassion and sympathy towards someone, and empathy. And Ahsoka Tano definitely did show that. She definitely also she was kind of like stopping some things from happening. It's like, I can't train. It's like, what? It's like, well, look, may the force, saying that may the force be with you is like showing compassion towards a cause, showing compassion to what's going on. And clearly she had compassion for these people that were being, enslaved and encroached upon by these Empire acolytes. So, I mean, between the two, it's probably Green. But I will say that I think she might have a better shot at being a Lanticore of Compassion, of the Indigo League. But I mean, I say might. Either one I think is a good fit, but that's the problem with Ahsoka's character, specifically when we see her by Mandalorian era. It's not clear at all, really, where her personality kind of falls. You can only really infer so much by her past and how that's affected her at this point. And even then, her past doesn't define who she is now. It's just something that plays into who she became. So, ultimately, yeah, I will say Compassion, although Green, I think, is the next best option. The only other one I could honestly see a minor argument for is White, and that is a minor argument. I don't think it's a strong one. But look, maybe you think differently, and that's cool. I'm totally down for hearing other people's opinions on what Lanticore they think someone could belong into. If you can think of a valid reason for her being in any of the other 7 I just specified, let me know in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. I do have the next What If I got to do today. It is going to just be recorded today. This is pre-recorded on Monday. I'm talking about Tuesday. I'm going to do it when I get back from work, basically. So if you're waiting for it, yeah, I'll upload this in the morning, but the other one's you're going to have to wait for. So sorry. But until then, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks next time. Later, folks.